This is what a professional dashboard in Google Sheets looks like. Sophisticated, yet sleek. This is what an accounting table looks like. Organized and precise. These are charts and graphs that tell a story, visualize success, forecast trends. But behind all of these complex layouts and insightful analyses lies a blank canvas of endless possibilities. A blank spreadsheet ready to be filled with your ideas, your data, your vision. It might seem a world away from where you are right now, but stick with me because in just 10 minutes, we'll turn that blank canvas into your own masterpiece. To get started with Google Sheets, all you need to do is open your web browser, click this plus, and type in sheets.new and you'll land right into a brand new spreadsheet directly in your web browser. Google Sheets Online offers robust functionality and is completely free. Now you can also open up a new tab and go to sheets.google.com. This opens up the Google Sheets start page where you can see your past documents down the bottom and templates up the top, which offers a whole bunch of different templates that you can pick from. Let's go back up the top and open a blank spreadsheet. Here we have a fresh slate filled with cells. Across the top, you'll notice different letters. These are the columns of the spreadsheet. Down the left side, we have these numbers. These are the rows of the spreadsheet. The intersection of a column and a row is referred to by a letter and a number, such as C7 or B2. If we were to click and drag across to a bunch of cells, this is called a range, referred to as B2 to C7, that you can see up in the top left corner. Now, if you want to make things easier to see, we can zoom in and out by clicking this button up the top and changing the zoom size. 200, 50, let's go with 150 so that you can see what I'm doing. Now, we'll begin our project by tracking volunteer hours. So in A1, let's type in volunteer name. We'll move to the next cell by pressing Tab or the right arrow and put in the word date. Press Tab or arrow to the next one and then hours contributed. Task description, comments. Now when going across the rows, I prefer to use the Tab key instead of the arrow key because by pressing the Tab, when we get to the end of the row, if we press the Enter button, that takes us to the beginning of the row rather than going straight down. Now let's enter some of our volunteers. Enter the data, and soon you'll see how Google Sheets makes sense of it all. Formatting cells helps in readability. At the top, we have these headers. If we select them all by clicking and dragging across, we can select the full range. Hold Ctrl B, and that makes it bold so we know what each of the columns are. Let's do the same to the top. Click and drag across, and now if we put our mouse between these headers until we get this symbol here, we can double click it. That resizes the cells to fit the data inside. Let's say we only want one decimal place. We can select the cells that have 2 decimal places and click this Decrease Decimal Places button. Down to 1 decimal place. Much easier to read. If you don't like your dates like this, you can select them all, go up to Format, Number, Date, and have them as day, month, year instead of year, month, day. Now, I actually prefer this format, so I'm going to keep it as it is. Let's say we want to send this information off to our accounting team. They don't need to see these comments here, so we can click the E up the top, right-click it, and then choose Hide Column. We can share this data to the accounting team, and they can continue from there. Organizing our data logically is crucial. If you want to reorder columns or rows, Google Sheets makes it really easy. Just click on the header you want to move, and then drag it across. We can do the same for the rows. Select the ones you want, and when you can see this hand, move them where you want them. Now, it would be a pain to put all of these dates in order manually, so what we can do is go up to this icon and click that filter button. You'll see these upside down triangle things. We can click that and then click on Sort A to Z. That puts our dates in order. Now that everything's in order, maybe we want to insert a new row because maybe we forgot to add someone. So we'll right click and then click on Insert One Row Below. Put in our date and fill in our data. It's a simple way to keep your data organized without disturbing the current layout. Again, we'll click up the top and then double click so that we can see the full words in the headers. Now we've only touched the very surface of what Google Sheets can do. So if you want to learn more, head over to formula24.xyz, where I've created a full package for how to use Google Sheets for absolute beginners. In there you'll find lessons, you'll find quizzes, extra information, and most importantly of all, the Discord community where you can ask questions, set out your goals, and interact with the other students in the group. I've also added some extra workbooks with some data in there so you can practice as much as you need to. Conditional formatting is a valuable feature that can bring your data to life. Imagine wanting to highlight cells that meet certain conditions. Let's say we want to see all of the hours contributed above 5 hours. Let's click on this cell, go up to Format, Conditional Formatting. We're going to apply this to C2 to C, all the way down. We'll click on the Format Rules and change that to greater than or equal to 5. This makes it easy to visually scan and understand your data. Click on Done and close that sidebar. Now there's a lot that goes into data analysis, and if you're new to spreadsheets in general, we can use Google Sheets to help us along the way. Let's go up to Tools and then Explore. On the sidebar, we can ask questions about our dataset, set up some formatting, create a pivot table, which we'll get to soon, or do an analysis. This graph down the bottom looks pretty good, so let's click and drag that into our spreadsheet. We'll close our sidebar, and we instantly have a graph showing the hours contributed for each volunteer. It's a valuable tool that can get you started making graphs immediately. If you wanted to make a custom graph, we can delete this, select the information that we want, let's say the date and the hours contributed. We'll go up to Insert, Chart, and that gives us how many hours for each date. If we want the dates combined, we can click this Aggregate button, and that gives us a rundown of each individual day. If you want to explore the different graph types, you can click the chart type up the top, and then select from any of these options here. Now let's delete that and come back to our dataset. From this dataset, we can create formulas to give us more information. So this is our raw data, and let's off to the side, create a little bit of an analysis. To start our formula, we'll start with an equals symbol. This tells Google Sheets that we're about to input a formula of some kind. You could select the numbers that all occur on the 15th of April, and when we add them together, we get 13.1 hours. These plus symbols are called operators. They can be a little bit slow, so instead, what we can use is a function. Google Sheets has hundreds, if not thousands of functions, and today we're going to learn the sum function. We'll type sum after the equal symbol and open a bracket. It automatically selects the data that it thinks we want to add together, C2 through to C15. Press enter, and it gives us a total amount of hours worked on all of these days. If we wanted to work out the average number of hours, we could type equals average, open a bracket, and then again select these hours. Press enter, and the average number of hours is 4.922. Let's reduce the number of decimal places down to 1 decimal place, and we get 4.9. Let's do the same with our sum, giving us 68.9 hours worked across the full 4 days. If we wanted to see the maximum amount of hours worked, we can write equals max, open a bracket, and again C2 to C15, press enter, and we get 5.7. Let's push these across to column H. We'll highlight them all, hold Ctrl X, and we get the dotted lines around the outside of the data. Click on H2, and then Ctrl V to paste them in place. Now we can give these titles on what each of them are. Let's say we want to explore this data a little bit further. Click somewhere within our dataset, and go up to Insert, Pivot Table. We'll make sure we have the right data selected, A1 to D15, and then select New Sheet. Click Create, then that has created a new sheet down the bottom, and a pivot table in this spreadsheet. So over on the sidebar, you can see we have 2 sidebars here. We have some suggested information. Let's make one ourselves by choosing volunteer name in our rows. We get all of our volunteers. And for the values within our pivot table, this is usually the calculated bits of our data. So let's click on hours contributed and move that to our values. That gives us a rundown of all of the hours worked for each of our volunteers. If we go back to sheet 1 and add in more information, and then come back to pivot table 1, all we need to do is change our range up the top, A1 to D. If we find Olivia Taylor down here, we can see that her number has increased to 7.3, and the grand total has increased to 72.71. At the top, we can see this blank cell. So if we go across to Filters and add in our volunteer name, let's click this drop-down and unclick the blanks. Click OK, and now we have all of our volunteer names with their hours attached. Now let's go back to our accounting team. The easiest way to share it with them is going up to the top to click the share button. We need to give it a name first and save it. And now we can select who we want to send it to. Give them the right rights, whether it's editor, commenter, or viewer, and then make sure that you are notifying them. Feel free to put in the message if you want. Click send, and the access has been updated from the very basics to the more advanced features we've seen what Google Sheets can do. Remember, practice makes perfect, so dive in and explore on your own, and make sure you click that link below to join the course, to join the community, and take control of your life. I'll see you there.